Hi, welcome back to the channel. Lots of messages about time recently. The last video that I posted was about kind of disconnecting. It was the Divine Feminine reading, disconnecting from the concept, the construct of time, and like learning how to do that. I think it's such an amazing skill to be able to master time instead of allowing it to master you. And I think one of the aspects of that, an important one, is reframing the idea of time to energy instead. So if we're talking about time management and the skill of time management, what if we shift that to energy management instead? And recognizing that we have a kind of limited amount of energy, usable energy that we are able to output each day. Some days more than others, and sometimes we can consciously create more energy for ourselves by the things that we eat, by getting enough sleep, by exercising, by meditating, and whatever rituals you have to build your energy. But when we do that, then it's like, okay, I have this much energy allotted for the entire day. And so the things that I need to do for today or for the next couple of days or something like that, like I can give this much in this area and this much in this area and this much in this area. And taking into account also, like a savings account almost, that there are going to be things that come up that are going to require my energy that I'm not anticipating. And so I'm actually going to save a little bit of energy for that. And the way that I'm seeing how we're managing the energy, or like where the energy is in the mind, the thoughts. And so your thoughts put off so much energy, or they drain so much energy, they kind of chip away at it and take away at it. So it's like, how much brain space, how much CPU, how much space do I have for this task or this thing or this person? And so like being more mindful of our thoughts. I have this amount of time or this amount of energy. When you're putting your energy towards something here, how much of it is like split? How much thought? Like, how much time are you spending thinking about something else at the same time? There is something that kind of drains your energy that you're thinking about or that you're giving your thoughts to that is like wasting your energy. It almost drains you. Someone or something, a situation, is living rent-free in your mind. It's like a freeloader energy. It's draining you. And it just doesn't deserve the space of your thoughts. You spend so much effort and time and hard work on freeing up space in your mind or managing your energy, that when you work really hard at creating this energy for yourself, it really is important to dole that energy out in the right places. It's like if you had you work really hard and you got your paycheck and you're budgeting, and this amount of money can go to this amount of money. I mean, money is energy too. Look at your thoughts and the energy that you have throughout the day as like budgeting. You have $200 for the day. And you have a list of all of these things that you need to purchase or put money towards. You're going to decide how much money can go towards each one of these things and blah, blah, blah. There's something in your thoughts that's draining you. That it's like you're giving your money to something in order to get something back from it, or it's like you're wasting your money, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your thoughts on this thing that almost has no benefit to you. There's something or someone that you're thinking about too much, and you don't get anything back from it. You got to figure out what that is. Okay? Now is the time to refocus, to reframe things, to, whoever it is, whatever situation it is that you're thinking about too much, it's mirroring something to you that you haven't been able to see. It's time to look at that part of yourself. The effort that part of you is putting in order to get your attention. It's exhausting. Your little inner child has been trying to get your attention by forcing you to think about this other person. Because they're just a mirror. They're representing something. Your inner child is like, look at that person. They are doing that thing. They're doing that thing that I'm trying to tell you we need to work on. We need to heal. Why can't you see it in yourself? It's not about that other person. You got to bring it back. You got to reframe it. So some of this feels like subconscious energy. You may not even know what this thing is that you're thinking about. It could be a program, something that is in your thoughts that's running in the background that you don't even know that you're thinking, I'm a failure. It's in the back of your mind, it's just running, and it takes up so much of your energy. It drains you. And then you don't have enough energy to do the things that you need to do in order to not fail at certain things, but you do anyway because you don't have enough energy to accomplish these things. And then it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You don't have the space to be able to do those. Failing at life, or I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough energy, or whatever it is. For a lot of you, it feels like I'm a failure, or my relationships are all failures, or somebody mentioned that the other day, actually, and it's so important to reframe, to notice that pattern, to notice and allow that thought in the background to come forward. What is it that is draining me? Because whatever your mind is focused on, that's what it will bring up for you. That's what it will make you focus on. All the areas of your life where you're not succeeding. And then it's going to have you hyper focus on that area in order to get as much as you can from it. But it just drains you more and more. That thing, that person, that situation, it is something that you need to let go of, that you need to give up on. That it's that situation is representing an area where you maybe have failed to have it move forward or have it, be sustainable. Not everything is supposed to be. Does it mean that it's a failure? It just means that it ran its course. What if we reframe it? Nothing is a failure. It is just something that ran its course. It was meant to show you a lesson about you. And if you don't take the time to learn the lesson about it, then I think it's a failure. I think it's time to really look at that and learn the lesson. There are certain things that I didn't do in order to make that successful. To make it successful according to whatever my rubric is for success, which sometimes is longevity. It's only successful if it lasts. And if that is the idea of success going into that project or that person or that relationship or situation, whatever, then that's the expectation that you have for how you want this to play out. And if that is not an aligned measure of success for you, the only thing you're going to be able to feel is failure. Because the only way you can see success is if it lasts. The idea of success, failure, aligned, not aligned. I think that in the back of your mind is someone else's belief. You look at success in a certain way. It has to have these aspects in order for it to be successful. But I don't think that that way of looking at it is aligned with you. It may be with this other person. Your parents told you that a successful career means that you make a lot of money. 11:11 on my recording. But it may be for you that success, you have to look at a different aspect of that career to locate the success. This business is successful for me because I see the difference that it's making in people's lives. When you can shift the way that you look at a situation, the way that you look at success, really, that's when the money will flow in along with it. But that's almost like a sidebar. That's like a side note. It's like, and also I have enough money to support me and sustain me to help more people because that's where the success is. Someone else saying or looking at you like you're a failure is actually holding you back from succeeding when it comes to making more money. But the way that you approach it has to be different than other people, than those other people. You have to do it to make a difference, and the money will follow. You have to approach a relationship in a different way. What is a successful relationship to you? In the past, the measure of success was always the fact that it lasted. We had a 50-year marriage and blah, blah, blah. My marriage was very successful because I had my kids. My divorce was also successful. If you look back on the marriage, it wasn't a failed marriage. We just have to look at what the intention was behind it. And when I think back on it, in the beginning, he and I both really wanted kids. I don't know that we've really set intentions beyond that. Didn't put enough energy and thought into the relationship and the marriage itself. So our marriage was based around, we had kids. We both wanted kids so bad. We felt like we were wasting time. We were getting older and blah, blah, blah. And so once that happened, it was like, your marriage is a success. It's not aligned anymore. And it was a success. We had amazing kids. So now there has to be a reframe. So now is the time to do all of that, to reframe the way that you look at time. And it really feels aligned with success and failure and the thoughts behind all of that. I opened this book, Now is the Time, just the other day in my other reading. I just be very mindful of who you give your time to, okay? Who you give your thoughts to. And if you find yourself thinking and overthinking. And like, if you find yourself scrolling on your phone, you're not wasting time. You're wasting energy. You're escaping a certain thought. You're escaping something that feels too overwhelming to think about or feel, a feeling or a thought that's too overwhelming to actually feel. And so you escape to this, like, I'm just seeing somebody really scrolling on their phone. And you look up and, it's been an hour. But also, the combination of all those times that you do that drains your energy. I see some of you searching for something on there. What is it that you're looking for? Be very mindful of how much energy you give to this energy source. It is it's an energy source. How much do you pour into that, and how much do you get back? Where your energy is going and what you're receiving back is unbalanced. And it's time to look at where you're putting your energy. Same thing with money. I mean, money in, money out. How much energy you're putting into making money back. It's like you have this amount of money and you're giving this amount of money out. It's imbalanced. If you have financial issues where you're not making enough money, you're spending more than you're making, look within. It is an inner energetic balancing act that needs to happen. You're actually not putting enough energy towards building your energy source. The things that you eat, the sleep that you get, your immune system, your mind, even just meditating, clearing your mind, really processing through emotions or events or things like that. It's really important that you do more to build your energy reserve. And then when you do, don't waste it. There's something or someone you're actually wasting your time, your energy on. They're trying to take from you that energy that you build. But they don't fill you back up again. Okay? This was in the book as a bookmark. This card. I don't even have this deck anymore. I've given away all of these cards at readings that I used to do. A new realization is on its way to you now. Hopefully there was something in this reading. Ha! I just flipped to a page and it says, now is the time to unshackle your mind. If a problem seems insoluble, break the rules. Challenge your assumptions. Challenge your beliefs. Challenge your viewpoint. Change your viewpoint. Change the questions. Construct absurd scenarios. Let your mind roam free. What the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve. So it really is time to start thinking about and telling your mind what to think about. Tell your mind what to think about. I want to think about success. I was thinking about doing a vision board too for this year. I've never done one before, but I really feel called to it. And it's like telling my eyes what to see, what I want to feel and experience in this next year. And then my mind will ferret out all of those things in my world to pay attention to because I told it to pay attention to that. when you are thinking about a certain person or a certain situation, you are going to find in your life all the things that reflect that same energy. So if you're looking at this person here and they don't give you enough, or it's like this person makes you feel like you're not good enough, you're going to find in your life and attract and notice all the things in the places where you lack. You're going to look at your body and just be like, oh, this is not good enough, or this is not enough, or, right? So let's work with that, okay? Now is the time. 170 ways to seize the moment. One small step at a time, but reframe time management with energy management. And start some intentional routines for yourself. Mine is first thing in the morning. I have to do it first thing in the morning. And the way that you feed your energy and create this energy source for yourself. Like, I drink coffee first thing in the morning. What they're showing me is that it actually limits and depletes my total energy source, because it is too much. It ends up being too much, and then there's a crash from it. Instead of having it be sustained and like a slow decline of stimulated energy. And so it actually depletes that energy. It's not sustainable for me. So they have been trying to get me to go back to the mushroom coffee that I used to drink. I'm totally out of coffee now. Just this morning, I used the last of it. And so it's like I'm taking notes right now as we talk about it. Generating energy in a way that's more sustainable and just sustainable. Right? So a new routine, creating a new routine for yourself. How do you spend your energy? How do you build your energy first thing in the morning? That's hard. Do something for yourself in the morning where you fuel your energy. So what you're eating first thing in the morning makes a big difference too. Okay? That's what I got. Love you guys.